A Baton Rouge man convicted of molesting multiple boys in the 90s is now walking free, released 15 years before his sentence was supposed to be up. News 2's Bess Casterly spoke to the family of two of those victims. Bess, they say this Department of Corrections is making a mistake.
Yes, Sylvia, Todd Michael Duquette has proven at least once before that he cannot be changed, molesting another child during sex offender rehab before serving his 30-year sentence. But earlier this week, he was released for being a, quote, model prisoner.
Yeah, he was a model inmate in jail, but when he's in the free world, he's not.
Brittany Melissa is an indirect victim of Todd Michael Duquette. He was convicted of molesting at least 5 boys in East Baton Rouge Parish in 1994, including 2 of Melissa's brothers.
11 days before Christmas, the year it happened, one of my brothers attempted suicide during recess at school. When they asked him why, explained what happened. My other brother coped by molesting me.
We spoke to Melissa in this interview last year when Duquette was up for early release. However, the Department of Corrections denied that release when the landlord changed his mind about housing him once he was free. Melissa was relieved, but this week, all that changed.
Absolute terror.
Despite a law requiring that victims be notified of offenders' releases at least 60 days in advance, she received an email today saying Duquette was released the day before.
There's nothing they could have stopped them from keeping him to 2038. I don't know why they're taking the risk.
The Department of Corrections says they okayed his release because he served more than half his time and was eligible for good time parole according to Louisiana law. And this time around, he has a place to stay upon release. Melissa says she was advised by Duquette's parole officer that he will not be on an ankle monitor unless the parole board orders it.
Keep your kids completely away from him, and if you see him around the child, turn his ass in, because he's not walking around with being monitored.
The Department of Corrections says Duquette will be living at a place that houses sex offenders in New Orleans. He's also required to register as a sex offender with the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office. In the newsroom, Bess Casterly, WBRZ News 2.
Thank you, Bess.